نسكن فيه منذ 38 سنة. يعني إحنا عايشين على الدعم الإنساني فقط. نحن يعني أتينا هنا على أساس قضية وطنية لتحرير أرضنا. سنبقى يعني في نفس المسار، ولو نبقى مقبرة جماعية. وتواجدنا هون يعني ونحن في انتظار استقلالنا.
On the northwestern side of the African continent, there is a country left behind, a country with its people dreaming of being free. It is where people are unable to have a specific political stand or identify with their ethnically Sahrawi roots. Due to the conflict between Morocco and Western Sahara over territory and autonomy, many Sahrawi people are displaced and forced to flee to the safer Algerian border, where the refugee camps are located, where temperatures rise regularly up to 56 degrees Celsius, where the scarce water supply draws short, and the flimsy houses or tents are weakly built, many of which are now in a very poor state of disrepair. For the last 44 years, they have lived a life like this.
This community survives on charity handouts, mostly from the UN. But the UN itself is struggling to keep up in the face of donor fatigue.
We would like to bring the attention of the international community to this tragedy, refugee situation, which unfortunately seems to have been forgotten by many.
A refugee enters the world in a one-room, falling-apart tent shack. Bone-chillingly freezing in winter, scorching hot in summer, refugees are parched, while the little water droplets formed on their foreheads as sweat bubbled in the raging wrath of the sun. It is not a piece of scrappy desert land that we're trying to save. It is the kind, talented people struggling but managing to hold on to hope and belief, their families that they hold together, and the resilient, rich culture they maintain that is still surviving under these harsh conditions.
جماهير الشعب وسداد الرأي الصالح والمزيد من ضبط النفس والاستعداد هذا قولني بالتحديد ما في الشكر اللي خطير يا جمهورية.
As Martin Luther King famously said,
"That I know that justice is indivisible. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere."
The Under the Sun project at United World Colleges, or UWC Diligent, and previously at UWC Maastricht, founded by Leila in 2017, aims to empower vulnerable families in Western Saharan refugee camps by fundraising for housing in order to allow them to enjoy basic human needs. She has primary information about needs and challenges which the refugees have to face, hence we are able to tackle the problems directly and can see the results in real time, thanks to her sister Tagla, Said, and her brother Mohamed, who are still living in the refugee camps.
So I was born in that camp, and it was the world for me. I didn't know there was something else outside. I didn't have big dreams like the children in the other parts of the world. I didn't watch cartoons, but still, I was happy. I had a creative childhood. I was happy by just spending some time with my friends, picking up some trash, making some toys to play with. I still remember my happiness when my mom made me a doll from bones. She just put one like that and the other like that, and she kind of drew a smiley face. I was so proud that I just went to my friends and we started playing with it. I thought it was normal to have this life. I thought it was normal to have to go somewhere to pick up food, water, gas, medication. You know, I thought it was normal that girls have to go somewhere to study, and then after they learn how to read and write, they go back to the kitchen and they get married. I thought it was normal that the camp was built by only women because men have to stay in a war for 16 years. So the school that I used to attend in my camp, my mom was one of those who built it. So yeah, in the camp, the life was a little bit hard. We were entirely dependent on the foreign aid organization. But it's so beautiful because people are so simple, are so supportive. The community back home, it's what gave us a sense of security. It's what kept us moving and going. But there was something that I didn't like in the camp. It was education. I appreciate the fact that teachers are volunteer, They're trying their best to educate us because they believe in the power of education. But I just didn't like it because sometimes you spend a year without a teacher. Sometimes you have to study the same thing year after year. So at 11 years old, I decided to leave the refugee camp to attend Algerian boarding schools. And there, when I fully realized the reality of being a refugee, how people see you as a refugee in their country, because I was always surrounded only by refugees like me. So I had some teachers, students that didn't like me, not because I was a bad student, because I wasn't it, but it's because I was a refugee in their country, and I'm getting a lot of support from their country. So for some of them, I'm using their opportunities and resources. But that didn't stop me there. In the contrary, it made me promise myself to work hard so no one else have to go through what I had to go through. To work hard so my mom, dad, neighbors, and all the people from Western Sahara can live in the peace that it was driven from them a long time ago. To work hard so I can help my country and my people.
Our goal is to provide shelters for families whose temporary and stable shelters have succumbed to the brutal elements and harsh conditions. We have, as of now, built 5 houses, but we have accumulated enough money for 7. As a group, we strive to set up at least 30 houses that can resist rainfall and the extreme weather they face. The cost per house is estimated at around 700 euros due to material cost, namely roof tiles, cement bricks, windows, doors, sand, wires, among many more. The scope of our project expanded over time. Not only do we want to build houses for the 30 families we want to support, we want to spread international awareness through our social media pages about the Western Sahara conflict to gain widespread recognition to restore their liberty one step at a time. Furthermore, the Under the Sun team has committed to 2 more main goals, focused on gathering the necessary resources for people in the refugee camps to lead a life with security, namely air conditioners and water tanks. Far from an amenity of luxury, air conditioners should not be viewed with its connotation of privilege. With weather conditions soaring to 56 degrees Celsius on a regular basis, to not perish due to extreme heat, they need air conditioners. The Tindouf refugee camp has limited access to water. Only a few people have access to water, and the water source is neither clean nor enough. Residents in the camp solely depend on foreign organizations to gain access to clean water. Support from the foreign countries sends people to drive big trucks of water to regular sites, estimated to be 202 euros per delivery. Considering that the camp is far away from major cities, they bring water every 2 weeks. The water is further stored in tanks of unsanitary conditions. Since there is no proper maintenance for the tanks, they are deteriorating fast with worsening rust. It causes corrosion, cracks, and breaks in the tank, which contributes to the leaks, causing water-related diseases such as poisoning or kidney problems. New tanks that we are proposing to change have 1 ton more volume for holding capacity. It also has insulation to keep the water temperature down and prevent it from warming up. We expect the families to be able to clean these tanks after regular usage. The estimated cost of installing 1 water tank will be approximately $219 US. We wish to help progress the security of water in the refugee camps by targeting those who are the most vulnerable to unhygienic conditions. By seeking a long-term solution, we hope to eliminate the presence of microbiological infested water in the camps, while improving the public health conditions of the refugee community as a whole.
Soy Hamdi y nací en el campamento de refugiados de Tindouf, en el sur de Argelia. Y en este caso me ha tocado nacer en un campamento de refugiados y tener que ir a otro país a buscar los derechos que se me han quitado, que me han quitado. He tenido que vivir lejos, en medio de otra cultura, de otra forma de ver el mundo, de otra religión, pero sin olvidarme nunca de que yo tengo un origen, yo soy saharaui. Yo siempre he pensado que para saber a dónde vas tienes que saber de dónde vienes. Y en este caso, sin nuestros orígenes, sin nuestra cultura, sin nuestra religión, yo solo sería una persona sin raíces. Cada uno es libre de elegir, pero en mi caso yo pienso que es obligatorio saber cuáles son nuestras raíces y nuestros orígenes para saber quiénes somos realmente. Realmente los saharauis somos un pueblo muy luchador y es algo que puedes comprobar en los campamentos de refugiados, en un lugar, en un desierto, donde mucha gente no tendría el valor de construir un país. Nosotros hemos levantado un país con todas sus instituciones, con todo.
It is quite ironic. For people who are living directly under the sun, their lives do not seem bright and their future sunny. The refugees' lives are overcast by a dark looming cloud that threatens their right to basic needs. But you can help change that and chase away the cloud bit by bit through spreading awareness and donating. Any action would make a difference and every drop of effort counts.
Your help will not be in vain, for you will alleviate their pain.
You're giving them hope, casting down and extending a rope.
For them to hold on to and breathe. One more day with ease, one more day to relive.
That no matter how long they have been oppressed, and this point is what we stress.
The world has not and will not forget about their struggle.
Even as the world crumbles, we will together find a way out of this tunnel.
We will keep fighting with them for justice, no matter the means.
We will fulfill their seemingly impossible dreams.
For this is not our win, this is our duty.
So let's all see the Sahara's beauty.